My name is David Victorson, and I'm a health psychologist and researcher at Northwestern University's Feinberg School of Medicine. In this video, we're going to learn how to use a helpful cognitive behavioral stress management strategy that can help you become aware of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and learn how to change them if needed. We all have different ways of dealing with stress, and sometimes we can be unaware of how our thoughts can actually fuel the emotional fire and lead to greater feelings of panic and worry. When facing stressful situations like a diagnosis of prostate cancer or having to deal with different side effects, we aren't always able to see the world with the most rational or logical outlook. In these moments, we sometimes resort to what's called stinkin' thinking or cognitive distortions. This is a way of seeing the world and what's happening to you with a very rigid perspective. It doesn't mean that you're a bad or crazy person, because we all use some kind of stinkin' thinking from time to time. What's great is that once we learn how to identify our thinking style during these moments, it becomes possible to change it, which usually can lead to less stress and worry. Here are some examples of stinkin' thinking. Try to identify what your style might be. Number 1, all or nothing thinking. This is looking at things in black or white categories with no middle ground. Someone with this style might think, if I'm not perfect, I'm a total failure. Number 2, overgeneralization. This is generalizing from a single negative experience and expecting it to be true forever. Someone with this style might think, I didn't get hired for the job. I'll never get any job. Number 3, discounting the positive. This is coming up with reasons why positive events don't count. Someone with this style might think, I did well on the presentation, but that was just dumb luck. Number 4, jumping to conclusions. This is making negative interpretations without actual evidence, almost like a mind reader or fortune teller. Someone with this style might think, I can tell she secretly hates me, or I just know something terrible is going to happen. Number 5, catastrophizing. This is expecting the worst case scenario to happen. Someone with this style might think, the pilot said we're in for some turbulence. The plane is going to crash. Number 6, shoulds and should nots. This is holding yourself to a strict list of what you should and shouldn't do, and beating yourself up if you break any of the rules. Number 7, labeling. This is when you label yourself based on mistakes or shortcomings. Someone with this style might think, I'm a failure, I'm an idiot, I'm a loser. And number 8, personalization. This is assuming responsibility for things that are outside your control. Someone with this style might think, it's my fault my son got in an accident. I should have warned him to drive carefully in the rain. So with these in mind, now we're going to review how to keep a daily record of your thoughts and feelings so that you can learn what your most common stress patterns are in ways you can change and even challenge them. You might use a small notebook to log this information, or even your computer. Let's start by writing down an event that caused you some stress. If you're the type who never gets stressed, think about a moment that made you feel frustrated, annoyed, irritated, mad, sad, or some other negative feeling. An example of an event might be, I was late for my doctor's appointment. Now let's examine what some of your thoughts and self-beliefs were about this event. Some examples might be, I'll miss my time slot. The doctor will be annoyed with me. I'm always running late. I can't get anything right. Now let's note what some of the consequences were related to this event. Maybe you started to sweat. Maybe your heart began beating faster. You couldn't catch your breath. Maybe you felt nervous or irritable. Maybe you yelled at another driver on the way that was taking too long at a traffic light. As you begin doing this, you might be surprised at the number of different thoughts and beliefs that are connected to these stressful events. As you review them, try to see if there's any stinking thinking going on. Just by knowing your natural style can plant the seeds for changing it. One of the last and most important steps in this exercise is to act like a scientist to your own thoughts. Ask yourself, where's the proof? Where's the evidence? Am I really always late for everything? Probably not. Is there a more reasonable and considerate way that I can talk to myself? Probably yes. You might think, even though I'm not happy I was late this morning, I understand that sometimes things like this happen. I'll make sure to leave extra early for my next appointment. So remember, what's the event? What are my thoughts and beliefs about it? What are the consequences? Where's the proof or evidence for my reasoning? And is there a different way that I can see this? Good luck with these tips and strategies in helping to manage your stress and frustration.